The world of Formula One might be gearing up for a new adventure. This time the spotlight is on New York. Yes, you heard it right. The city that never sleeps might become the next destination for a heart-pounding Grand Prix. Imagine the roaring engines, the screeching tires, and the skyline of the Big Apple as the backdrop. Excited? Let's dive into the video to know the details of this potential new US Grand Prix venue. Formula One already has 3 races in the United States, but it might add a 4th one. Since the 1980s, Formula One has considered various locations in the USA for races like Detroit and Phoenix, but they would often appear and disappear from the calendar. The popular Netflix series Drive to Survive made a big impact by bringing Formula One to the attention of the American audience, and now F1 wants to make the most of it. In 2023, interest in Formula One increased significantly, with a 40% rise in viewership during the first week of Drive to Survive Season 5 compared to the previous season in 2022. The Circuit of the Americas set records in 2022, attracting a total of 440,000 people over the weekend when Max Verstappen won in Austin. Now, as Formula One gains more popularity in the United States, the question arises: where could F1 go next if they decide to add a 4th American race to their busy calendar of 2024? There were several potential options. One possible choice is the iconic city of New York. F1 has always been interested in the city's bright lights that never sleep despite their challenges. Talks about a race in New York have slowed down with the emergence of Miami and Las Vegas, but if the chance comes up, F1 is eager to make it happen. While Formula E has already held a race in the Big Apple, F1 aims for something grander than the Red Hook docks. They want a race with flair. Another potential location is Los Angeles. If the Las Vegas Grand Prix proves to be a success, F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali might consider adding another race on the West Coast. Los Angeles, known as the City of Angels, attracts major names in sports and entertainment, and they would all be excited if the fastest show on Earth came to their town. However, a significant challenge for an LAGP would be determining the race timing for the European audience, which consists of the majority of F1's longtime fans. The next breathtaking option for an F1 race could be San Francisco. F1 always appreciates a stunning backdrop, like what we recently saw at the Azerbaijan GP. San Francisco, with its picturesque views, could be the perfect setting. While we've seen F1 cars on the Golden Gate Bridge in a Red Bull demo run stunt, the idea of 20 of them racing over the water is truly exciting. IndyCar has already successfully implemented a similar concept in Nashville with a track on the streets, drawing 110,000 spectators. Don't forget Chicago as well. Unlike the other cities, Chicago has already gone through the process of finding a track within its existing roads and streets. NASCAR is venturing onto the streets of Chicago for the first time in 2023. Imagine a crossover event between the high-tech world of F1 and the rugged American stock car series. It could become legendary. With its huge fan base, 3.7 million TV viewers on average in 2022, NASCAR has the potential to elevate F1 to the forefront in the United States if the decision-makers are willing to take the risk. So which city is among them? F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, in an interview with Sky Sports, expressed openness to exploring more cities in the US, expanding beyond the current locations of Austin, Miami, and Las Vegas. Domenicali, known for his receptiveness to new ideas, hinted at the possibility of adding another race to the existing 3 in the US. There is a lot of interest in Far East Asia, more interest in the US, Domenicali noted, focusing on the growing appeal of Formula One in these regions. He acknowledged having 3 races in the US presently, deeming it the right number for the next couple of years. The focus for F1 remains on securing venues with the maximum impact, and the prospect of racing in New York has garnered significant attention. Red Bull principal Christian Horner expressed enthusiasm, envisioning the spectacle of a race in the iconic city. A race here in the Big Apple, for example, what a spectacle that would be. Ian Holmes, F1 Director of Media Rights, echoed the sentiment, stating, "Who wouldn't want to race in New York?" The allure of such a renowned global metropolis is undoubtedly a captivating idea for both fans and stakeholders. Despite the excitement surrounding potential races in new locations, the F1 calendar is approaching its limits, with 23 races scheduled for the current year. The cancellation of the Chinese Grand Prix has sparked discussions about introducing races in other regions, including South Africa. Earlier, why wasn't New York picked as a Grand Prix venue? Earlier, during an event in New York, FIA disclosed that a bid from Mayor Eric Adams proposing a race on Randall's Island had been rejected, saying, "The Eric Adams administration has reached out asking for a race. I think that's very difficult." Two significant obstacles hinder the realization of a New York City Grand Prix, according to Liberty Media. Firstly, the preferred venue for F1 would be Central Park, not the relatively barren Randall's Island. Maffei explained, "Their proposal, Randall's Island, is probably not our perfect venue," emphasizing that shutting down Central Park for the event seemed unlikely. The second option, a street race in one of the boroughs, also faced skepticism from Liberty Media. Maffei expressed doubts about the feasibility of street races in a city like New York, stating, "Street races in a place like New York are just very, very, very hard." But now, the Grand Prix is taking place in New York City selected. After Liberty Media acquired Formula One in 2017, Chase Carey, the then chairman and CEO of the restructured organization, outlined plans to expand the sport's reach across the United States. He envisioned adding 3 prominent American venues to the F1 calendar: Miami, Las Vegas, and New York. With Miami and Las Vegas successfully incorporated into the racing lineup, the spotlight turned to New York as the next potential location. Speaking to Sky Sports' Martin Brundle during a pre-race grid walk in Las Vegas, Carey expressed enthusiasm for the idea of including New York in F1's roster of venues. "This is what it should be all about. We said early on, Vegas, Miami, and New York are the next cities we should be in, and Vegas delivered." Martin Brundle, in his post-race column for Sky Sports, marveled at the technical intricacies of the Las Vegas street circuit, highlighting its impressive features. Despite being lined by walls, the second longest circuit on the calendar would impressively have a pole position average speed of 150 millimeters. He determined the circuit's high-speed nature and its challenge, emphasizing that it wasn't just about glitz and noise, but a technically demanding track. Driving a few laps in an Aston Martin DBX, Brundle gained first-hand experience of the circuit's complexities. The track is super fast, and the new surface remained shiny and slick. Some straights feel too long, but they would play out nicely in the race. He recognized the track's diversity, noting that it wasn't solely composed of typical 90-degree corners seen in the past. Brundle commended the drivers for their remarkable performance despite challenges, saying, "Every one of the 20 drivers impressed me with how they powered through the challenges, strange timetable, and jet lag to attack the track with a vengeance." Further, reflecting on the challenges posed by the timing of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Martin Brundle commented, "The scheduling at this time of the year with cold nights and commencing qualifying at midnight and the race at 10 p.m. did feel like trying to force a square peg through a round hole." He expressed reservations about the practicality of the schedule, questioning its effectiveness for anyone other than facilitating later road closures. Brundle suggested potential adjustments for the following year, emphasizing the need for refinement, despite the event being pushed a week later. Shifting the focus to the ongoing discourse about the prospective New York City Grand Prix, Formula One Group CEO Stefano Domenicali and New York City Mayor Eric Adams hold differing views on the ideal location. Domenicali favors the expansive 843-acre Central Park, a renowned green oasis connecting the Upper West Side and Upper East Side neighborhoods. While hosting a Grand Prix in Central Park could eliminate road closure challenges, it raises concerns about the impact on tourism potential. In contrast, Mayor Adams suggests an alternative location, Randall's and Ward's Islands. This interconnected area predominantly features sports fields and parks, serving as a vital transport hub. Despite offering striking skyline views, this option doesn't align with Domenicali's city center concept, presenting a potential drawback for any race held there. As discussions unfold between the two parties, a potential compromise or agreement on the race location appears imminent. The commitment to bringing a Grand Prix to New York City is evident, highlighting the seriousness with which both Formula One and city officials approach the prospect. So what do you think of the new US Grand Prix venue shrouded in mystery? Comment below and subscribe for more.